Hello and welcome. We're back here in GP2 with the Singapore Grand Prix. So here in Team Adictos tonight, everything will be in English, celebrating those 1,000 followers we reach on Twitch. And the first man here is none other than J. Andres. We need to say J. Andres now. We can't say J. Andres. Who's joining us here. So bear with us. It's gonna be an English stream today with the GP2 boys. So it's gonna be fun pronunciating the names instead of Jorge Gallego. We're gonna have to say Jorge Gallego 2027 and Danny Ursa 019. So welcome everybody and to this amazing race. Celebrating none other than 1K followers on Twitch. And let's see who's first out on the track. So it's a Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken. It's Little Billy who's out first. And George Gallego is also out on here commenting with us. Good night to him as well. And let's see. We are now with Il Tuner as well, and good evening to those who are joining us live on the stream. Here, 8 of us, and well, let's see. It's an honor to be commentating, to be celebrating 1,000 followers on this amazing race. And let's see, maybe when we get another 1,000, when we get to 2,000, we can do another English stream. So, who's going to start the first lap? It's none other than ADRT, Little Billy. Let's see. He's eyeing up that last corner, and he's going to be the one to set the first time of this session. Reminder, 15 minutes left of the session, then we'll be followed by 2 races. Be followed by race 1 of 25%, and then a second race with the top 10 inverted, and that will be the starting grid. So, Little Billy, soon we will have that first sector running coming down to this first DRS detection zone before that tricky second sector and coming to what is possibly the hardest sector of the game, of the circuit itself, sector 3. So that's the first time we have for Little Billy. Let's see, it's a McLaren who's following. I don't think he's on a lap, so it will be the other Ferrari who is on a lap, and he turns that sector 1 in purple. So amazing times for the moment. And we also have Bisweek here, and so let's see how we're gonna pronounce the names of this GP2. So we have J. Lancelot G, Farata, Robert C, Danny Ursa 019, Turu, George Gallego. Amazing, it's amazing. So let's see, Little Billy for the moment painting that second sector in purple as well. He's on a fast lap. Let's see if he can go through this tricky third sector. He almost loses it there on the back wheel. A bit of spin coming out of that tunnel section to eye up these last 2 corners, this chicane, and close to the wall there, to what we like to call the other wall of champions, not the ones in Canada, but the one here, and he's on a 38.4. So that's going to be the first time of the session. Is his teammate Orange Gamer who's going to turn the clock on that second run, and that is his time is 1:36, so 2 seconds faster than Little Billy. So painting the whole circuit in purple. And we got some comments here. So Little Billy is 4. So Periceli not a fan of Little Billy. Let's see. I think at the moment RM Gamer is pulverizing all the sectors. What a surprise from the rookie today of the race. Periceli joking with us. Let's see. So for the moment, no one can get close to that 36.6 that Arm Gamer has put down on this lap. So Battery McQueen, the great Lighting McQueen coming through. 39 and Aaron Gamer, as we would say in Spain, carne de GP1, meat of GP1. With that time, let's not be fooled. That is a amazing time he set there. And for the moment, second place for Danny Ronnie with a 38.3. Let's see who's on a lap. Let's see who's on a fast lap so we can catch him. Lancelot finishing sector 1. It's a good time for him, but he's not going to be close to any of the best times we've seen for the moment. Let's see who's about to finish the lap. We have an AlphaTauris Captain Cerberus, as we would say, with a 51. So not a good time for him. Him and George not doing extremely well. Let's see, we have a McLaren there. He's Emmanuel, I don't know how to pronounce that in English, to be honest, and he's set a good time there. 38.4 for the McLaren driver. Still very far, 2 seconds away from that time that RM Gamer has set, and I don't think, to be honest, we're gonna get many laps close to that one. So let's see if he can keep that pole position. Many drivers coming in after that first run, and let's see what times we go. So 1:39 for Lancelot. That's still far, but it puts him on that top 10. So both the Alpines in that top 10, 5 and 8 for them. And we also see, so a lot of people on that 39. We see Rob and McQueen very close. We also see Turu, Lancelot, they join. And a big difference, almost 0.6 of a second between them and the top 4. So Little Billy, Emmanuel, Danny Ronnie. And we have here also some new people on the chat. So we have Farata, who's driving and commenting at the same time. Double tasking for him. We also have Jay Andres, as we're calling him, now. Thank you for the support. And Gamer HD, who's telling us he likes the English casting or streaming. So thank you. Yeah, to celebrate the 1,000 followers. So not an easy job, but let's see what we can do. So most of the drivers set our time now, back in the box in the garage, waiting for that second run. And I'm watching Danny RM, who's painted that first sector in purple with the Williams. Let's keep an eye on him as he goes through this tunnel section. Coming out, let's see if he can get close to that number 1 spot. So for the moment, no one getting close to that 36.6. It's Danny RM who's going to finish this lap. Touches a bit the inside curb and he spins and he loses the back wheel there. Watch out, there's an Alpine coming through as well. Or Williams it was, a Mercedes as well. So a mistake on the last corner by Danny RM. He's trying to get the car back into position, and for the moment, no time for him. So we have good sectors by him, but not a chance to finish the lap. And we see some of the drivers who already set a time coming out for that second run. Let's see if we can get anyone close to the number 1 spot, and let's keep an eye out. So Aaron Gamer out on his second run as well. Little Billy as well. He's preparing that last corner as he goes onto that second run. Let's keep an eye on him. Let's go on lap with him, with the Ferrari driver, one of the guys who's fighting for this GP2 championship at the moment. And as he takes that corner, that turn 1, turn 2 and 3, all very tight together. He comes out here using the whole of the track, pushing wide to open wide on this corner and push a bit on the inside, just nicking that inside curve close to the wall there on that first DRS detection zone. He's coming out, keeping close to the wall to gain some tenths there, and he's gonna be a little bit slower than his first run, just 61 milliseconds. And let's see how he tackles this sector 2. So up he goes onto that famous Rolex wall. He's going to come up to this tricky section of the circuit, one of the ones where it's easiest to lose it, easiest to crash, and where we have our second DRS detection zone. So up he goes there, close to the outside wall to get as much of the track as possible. Good traction out of that slow corner, and he's gonna set a very good second sector, going almost 2/10 quicker up to finish the sector 3. So on board with him, almost, oh watch out, he was almost being disqualified at the time there, using most of the track. Tunnel section now, green flag. We were seeing some, I think it's a Haas who was spinning out on the last sector, and we see close to that yellow wall. Watch out, yellow flag is gone now. He brakes there maybe a little bit too much, but important to not lose the car there. And that's a 1:37.9, so what a time by little Billy, as he goes second behind his teammate, the two Ferraris on the front row of the grid. So very good times by them. And let's see who else is on a fast lap. So the Red Bull Danny Ronnie, he's eyeing up for that second run. I think Emmanuel also as well. A lot of traffic in that second sector. We always have a yellow flag, but let's see. Let's hope no one's on a lap there, and they have a good chance to get a time. So people asking, where is Joan Alberto? So Joan Alberto will be joining us soon, as he's coming back from his let's say lessons of his masters. So he will be joining soon, and you will be able to get the both of us on the English speaking. Do not worry. I am in contact with him, and I'm waiting for his arrival. And let's see who else is here. So Pelitelli telling us this is a C1 level of English. So thanks a lot, Pelitelli. Let's see. Now we keep an eye on Emmanuel, who's also painting. We painted a sector 1 in purple. McQueen, who goes up to the third place, 38.2. That's a much better time from him, from the Aston Martin driver. And Emmanuel tackling this second sector now, using most of the track there. I think he was losing a bit of time there, maybe too slow through that corner, opening up wide here to almost nick the inside of the curb, using maximum traction there. Second Dira section, and off he goes. He's quicker by 0.2 of a second, so much quicker on this run. Emmanuel, the track also in better conditions, and let's see if the McLaren driver can do anything to improve and get closer. 0.2 of a second, which will put him on that second row, will put him on third position, and it seems like a very clean third sector at the moment. Let's see if he uses the most of the track here. He does. Last corner for him, very hard here. Important to not lose a good speed. He carries it through, and he's going to be a 1:38.0, which gains him that third spot. But Danny RM also goes through. And second position on that Ferrari sandwich. So 1 and 2 for RM Gamer and Danny RM. And that second row with Little Billy and El Manuel. And McQueen also is improved. So a lot of 38s here, some 37s, and no one yet close to that 36.6 that RM Gamer has said. So let's see if we can catch anyone else on a lap. Let's see. I see an Alpha Tauri there, which I think is on a lap. Let's check. Turu, who's going into the pits now. Oh, watch out, front wing damage there. He loses it. And let's see. So Captain Cerberus, very far off any good time, unfortunately, and he's not going to be able to capitalize on that. So let's see. So most of the drivers now in the pit lane. Some will go out for a third run, and some will not have any time. I'm sure Miss RM Gamer will have no hurries in leaving with that 36.6. Danny RM, who's creating shortcuts to get that last run, to see if he has enough time. 3 minutes. Oh, watch out there, almost running wide, almost losing the pit lane entry. And we also have Lil Fran, who's telling us the chat only can speak English, that's correct. Celebrating 1K followers, only English this time. And a warm welcome to Chris Hernandez and Maelo, who also joined. And let's see. So McQueen also out from the pit lane. He's gonna have enough time to get that last run in. I think most of the drivers will have. And it's gonna be interesting to see who runs in that fight. I think the fight is for that second, third, fourth spot in the grid. I think that first spot is very much settled for RM Gamer, who still decides to go out and try to pulverize that record. Let's see if he can do any better. And a lot of drivers on that 38. We see. Let's see if Rob can also squeeze into that 38 and maybe move up some positions. It's not a good time for Il Tuner, who's a bit out of his normal performances on that 17th spot. And we see Captain Cerberus are making some improvements with that 39.6, moving up to position 13 and now going into the pit lane. So at the moment, a very, very competitive grid, with the exception of Gamer, who looks like is probably going to be in GP1 for the following seasons if he keeps pulverizing times like this. So let's see, most of the drivers out for that last run, for that last try, trying to get even further up the grid. So we're also waiting for Jay Alberto, who's going to be joining us soon. I think he's just arrived home, so also excited to see him. And let's see, so McQueen, he starts his last run. Let's see if he can get any better. He goes using most of the track there. You can see most of the car on that outside white line, but as long as the four wheels are not out, that's still valid. And let's see his sector 1 time. So he's coming up to this corner before the first DRS detection zone in the circuit. He uses the wide to his maximum there, keeping very close to the wall, too close now to the other wall, gained a few tenths there. And let's see, he's improving his time by 1/10 of a second. That sector 1 was a clean run. Let's see the sector 2. We go on board with him as he almost locks up there, but he manages to keep it clean through that corner. Up to the Rolex wall, as we like to call it. Using the most of the track that you can almost see, he's nicking that wall. He's trying to maximize the car there, maximize the track, nicking those curves. He almost runs a bit wide and he spins the back. He loses it. What an unfortunate spin there. McQueen was definitely on a run for a better time there, and he's gonna have to stick with that 38.2. He's not gonna have time to improve. So let's go on to the others. RM Gamer, he's improving. He's improving by 4/10 of a second as he goes through this tunnel section. There's Ferraris flying through this track. He's almost coming up to the last few corners. There's this white chicane, as I like to call it, close to that Singapore wall, that yellow wall. Last corner, he keeps the speed through there. He nicks the outside curve, and it's going to be a 36.1 for him. What a time. Amazing from RM Gamer, who nicks that #1 spot on the grid. So let's see, the next through is going to be Aston Martin, but that's McQueen, who is not on a lap. Then it's Danny Ronnie, who also is not on a lap there. So let's see who's next. He's a Haas. He's going to be DLX Alonso, and let's see if he can improve his time. So finishing that sector 3 on that DHL corner, and I don't think he's gonna be able to improve. He might. He keeps the speed through here. He will improve. 38.4. He doesn't. He keeps the spot there. George Gallego, as we like to call him, good old George, also improves. And let's see, it's Danny RM, the only one who can fight for a spot there. He almost loses it there. He's gonna run 37.0, so good time from him, and that secures the second spot for him as well. And I don't think there's anyone else, so this leaves the grid. This will be our starting grid for the moment, with RM Gamer on that #1 spot, followed by the rest. So let's see. On to the race now. Just finished this quali and let's go through the fastest. Is none other than the rookie of the day, RM Gamer, in that Ferrari, which had it flying through the Singapore track at a 36.1. That's the best time, almost a second faster than the next in line, which is Danny RM. That will complete the first road, and they will be followed by Little Billy, Emmanuel, Alonso, Turu, McQueen, Danny Ronnie, Rob, George Gallego, as we like to call him now, Lancelot, Farata, Danny Ursa, Tor, Mr. Gamers, Cerberus, and Il Tuner, who complete the grid. And with almost 10 seconds to go, we're very close to this first race. And just to remind everyone here, we're commentating in English today to celebrate the 1,000 followers, which we reach just before Easter. And let's see how it goes. So the grid is ready. It looks like there's no rain in the Singapore Grand Prix for the moment. It seems like it's going to be a dry race, but we'll keep an eye out. As you know, this circuit is very prone to changing conditions all the time. But for the moment, we have a dry track. So let's see. We're loading up, waiting for the drivers. The stewards seem calm, but I'm sure they'll have a lot of job today. A lot of work to do, the mechanics as well. A lot of front wings will be flying. But let's see if they can keep it clean through the first corners and they can go through. The first lap is key, no damage, go through, and you're settled for an interesting race. So Singapore, to be honest, one of my favorite circuits. Although I think it's one of those you either love or you hate. And with 5 seconds to go, this is about to start. The drivers will line up on the grid. Iron Gamer in first position. The lights will turn red and they will go out to start this race. This GP2 Singapore first race, and the lights go out. It's go time, and Iron Gamer with a good start. Danny RM as well. Let's see. Little Billy trying to push out the outside. Let's see, there's no contact there. They try to keep it clean through the first corners. The Ferrari spinning the McLaren as well, but they're able to keep it through at the moment. McQueen, Toro gaining some positions. Fighting between the Williams and the Aston Martin. Almost losing at the back there, but they keep it clean. So very close between these two, the closest in the fight now. I think RM Gamer is absolutely flying now. 1/7 clear in almost 4 corners. Amazing driving from him, and I think he has all in the back to win. So keeping it through this first lap, almost clean at the moment. I don't see any yellow flags, no damage. We did see some touches there, making some of the drivers spin, but they kept it all under control. So now it's also Emmanuel fighting on that 10th spot in that Red Bull sandwich with Danny Ursa, with Danny Ronnie as well. They're in the fight, and let's see how this changes. No changes for the moment, and it's setting up to be an interesting race. I think the strategy here is also important. Let's check how the drivers chose to come out, and so most of them on the soft tire. McQueen, which goes for a complete different strategy on that hard tire. Interesting decision from the Aston Martin driver. And we also have Little Billy on that medium tire. So a wide range of strategies here. Let's see which turns out the best. McQueen's done well enough to hold on to that 7th place with the hard tire, almost a second away from Lancelot at the moment. And Little Billy under pressure from Alonso on that softer compound. So let's go there, because it can be an interesting fight. He's going to have a better traction, especially in these first few laps, and he's trying to get as much speed as he can, keeping behind the Ferrari one side to another, trying to make the Ferrari driver nervous, but he does. A Little Billy maintains composure and for the moment holds on. Alonso's not able to get the pass on him, and things stay as they are. So not many changes for the moment. It's RM Gamer who's slipping away 3 seconds. Little Billy also not catching up with Danny RM, who's flying as well in this first few laps. And we will see when we have DRS, because there's a few drivers who can push for for a fight there, and he can use the DRS to the maximum of his advantage. So gonna be interesting to see. So it's El Manuel with Lancelot now. He's got that straight line speed. He goes on the outside now. Lancelot can't do nothing to keep him behind. And it's El Manuel who's gaining positions now and pushing up to that 8th spot. So keep an eye on him as he pushes up the track. We also have Alonso on that battle with Little Billy. Both of them very close together. You can see how much he's gaining on the braking zone with that softer tire. Little Billy, who's just about to start making those medium tires warmer and about to get them into temperature. So interesting to see if he's going to be able to keep Alonso behind as long as he needs to. He will start having more speed as we go along the race. And for the moment, no change. So behind, we also have some fights there. We have a DRS train. McQueen with some problems as he falls down to the 11th spot. I think he must have had an issue there, lost it on a corner or something. He was 7th on the grid and he's suffering with a hard tire as he sees Rob going up the inside, the two of them side by side. McQueen goes a bit wide. Rob gains the position. It's also the Alfa Romeo who's trying to push in, but McQueen pushes back. He's almost making it there, and it's Rob who comes out in front there. McQueen struggling with that cold hard tire, and for the moment not able to find the pace he needs. He's running wide there as well, so he's going to be under pressure from Mr. Gamers, who pushes up the inside on that corner. Very difficult corner to fight there. Very slow corner. He comes out. I think the Mercedes, and is that Alpha Tauri who's also pushing through, but he manages to keep it steady and definitely under a lot of pressure. He's going to be in this sector 3, so let's see if he can keep him front. As we see DRS activated in this lap. So the drivers will have it as they go through the start-finish line. We also see Lancelot with some problems. That's Danny Ursa, who's very close to him, and the other Red Bull for Danny Ronnie, who's also very close. And the Alpine decides to go into the pit, so not sure if he had some damage there, or he decided to play a different strategy, but he goes into the pit, the first one to do so. And the battle continues up front because it's Alonso with Little Billy now. We're reminded that they also had that different tires. They had that soft compound and that medium compound, and it's Alonso with the DRS now. Ooh, he teases the outside, he goes into the inside, but no changes for the moment. So let's see as well, because I think J. Alberto is ready to join, if I'm not mistaken.
Hello.
And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. J. Alberto has joined us. Good evening.
Good night as well. Glad to be here after a long time away. Let's see how the night in Singapore goes.
Agreed. So J. Alberto, who also has the C1 in English, is confirmed. So
B1.
B1. C1.
C1. I've just arrived, and first yellow flag I see Cerberus spinning, but carry on. It's all okay, no safety car, so all I see is Gamer ahead by a mile, near 8 seconds. Then Danny, Little Billy, and Manuel and Jorge boxing. Maybe first attempt of undercut.
Yeah, completely agree. So let's see. First one to pit without any damage. For the moment, no safety car, and he's gonna try play that undercut. Let's see if it works tonight. Putting on that medium tire, which should last until the end of the race. And as you mentioned, RM Gamer, who's flying. I think he's, as we say in Spain, carne de GP1.
Yeah, a new driver. Maybe for the organization too generous to put him in GP2, but if he win if he wins the second race, starting 11th, 10th in Singapore, maybe next race in Belgium, if I'm not wrong, GP1, go and win there and let these drivers compete, because it's too much level, I think.
Yeah, no, completely agree. He said a second faster. That was his best time on the qualifying, and he's on another pace. So let's see how it goes, and let's keep an eye out on that battle for third position, because we have Little Billy with a medium tire and Alonso on the softer tire, and these two been fighting the whole race. So, and it's Alonso who goes for the stop now to change tire. So he's gonna pit early, well, pit late actually, to
I
have
see
that change.
McQueen is the only one with the hard compound.
Exactly. So McQueen has started on the hard tire. He's gone for a complete different strategy. Not sure if it's on purpose, or maybe he's smarter than the rest of us. But he started with the hard tire, and let's see which lap he stops. So if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be able to run that till quite late into the race, and then finish with that soft tire.
I'm not sure if he will do like an Alexander Albon in Australia last year, pitching on the last lap because of you have to do. But if there's no safety car, if there isn't a safety car, starting with the mediums, it's a very good strategy, because you will have new softs with low fuel, and the rest will have medium tire with the enough degradation enough to be not so fast. But let's remember, it's Singapore. It's very difficult to overtake. You have to have more pace, or trying to find the mistake of the driver, because only in 3 turns you have the opportunity to overtake. Turn 1, first turn of sector 2, and first turn of sector 3.
I agreed. I think that first turn of sector 2, I think, is perhaps one of the most clearest overtaking points. Is the DRS straight runs quite away. So let's see if they can make a move there. But as you say, McQueen is staying with our hard tire, Little Billy with the medium as well. So those two are the ones that are on a different strategy, with Mr. Gamers and Farata as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so the top 5 are the ones that have not made the
stop yet.
The stop yet, exactly. So
now a safety car.
So watch out, they might. I was seeing Danny Ronnie there. He was spinning on the sector 3, but I don't think that's going to bring out the safety.
Jorge, Gallego overtaking. Alonso overtaking Jorge.
So a fight between these two as well. So Alonso, who's made his pit stop, he was fighting with Little Billy before. He definitely has pace. And Istor with Danny Urza as well. Watch out, the two of them side by side as they go into that corner. And Istor who comes out in front for the moment.
Yeah, Danny Urza is a very rogue driver. He's aggressive in his movements. So good move by Thor. And let's see how is his pace in cleaner.
Yep, then let's keep an eye on him.
Gamer just making his stop. Only Little Billy ahead, because McQueen is very far away behind. So he will not have problem to, when Little Billy stops, retain the first position.
Exactly, so keep an eye out there. Is RM Gamer, who's still the virtual leader of this race, as Little Billy yet to stop, McQueen also yet to stop, Mr. Gamers and Farata as well. And keeping an eye out on Jorge Gallego as well. And it's an Alpine who's against the wall. Let's see if this doesn't bring out a safety car.
For the moment, only front wing damage, left side. Maybe he will stop and put new front wing and softs to continue. But something it surprised me the most is still no DNF. All 17 drivers in the race. So very good sign. Let's see in the race 2, because there is more things to play. So at the moment, 8 laps to go, 8 or 7 laps to go, and still all the drivers making it to the end.
So yeah, very clean race for the moment. As you say, second race, important to keep an eye out. Emotions running high on that second race, especially with the inverted grid of that top 10, and the ones finishing on top having to roll back places in the second race. So let's see if they can keep it as clean. But for the moment, no major incidences, and is Captain Severus and Danny Ronnie who's fighting at the back, and at the front things are more calm. I don't think there's any much fights going on. No DRS for any of the drivers.
And Alonso has the pace. Farata making his stop, but Alonso was behind Jorge, I think, and then he stopped 1 lap later than him, and 1.7 in 2 laps, so has the pace clearly. And let's see if he's able to catch Danny RM for the podium, because Peter Billy, McQueen, and Mister have to stop. So maybe the fight for the podium will be between Danny, Alonso, and Jorge, I think. Let's see if Manuel and Turu can catch the pace and fight with them. But what is sure is the gamer win. So first place, we all know who will be, and then the podium.
Completely agree. So let's see, because Alonso
Daniel Santor side by side.
So keep an eye on those two. As you mentioned, Danny Urza, quite an aggressive driver with his movements, but nothing wrong for the moment. And as you were saying, Alonso, who definitely had pace, he was being held back by Little Billy with a medium tire at the start of the race. And now he's Gamer, who's catched up with Little Billy, and he lets him through. I don't think there's any point fighting that one.
Team order.
Yeah.
Battery, McQueen, Box, and Mister 1 lap more, but that medium is dying.
That medium is dying, as you can see, as Danny RM also catches up. He's eyeing up that move. Let's see if he does it on this second DRS zone. He's very close to that Alfa Romeo. He's almost an extension of that car, and he pushes up there, or he's going to go on the outside of this turn. Let's see, and that's an easy pass.
Mr. knows it's not his battle. 6 laps of yellow flag.
Ooh, watch out, because it might be a crash. He's in the tunnel section. That's a very
Danny Ronnie in the middle of the
and safety car.
First safety.
So
McQueen is a disaster, I think.
Unfortunate. If he held out just
1 lap
more. So
for Little Billy and Mister, so Little Billy 16 seconds behind, near a free pit stop. He will lost only 1 of 2 positions, and he's damaged the front wing, so not an advantage at all. But without safety car, he would lost so much.
Yeah.
But now he's in the fight for the podium, so
another one who joins the fight. So a blessing in disguise, this safety car for them, and keep an eye out, because they will also have that soft tire for the last few laps.
Let's see. Gamer goes in. Little Billy goes in. Let's see Danny.
So Gamer decides to go in as well. So yeah.
Little Billy has to go because he didn't fit and has damage. Danny, let's see what he does.
He stays out. And Mr. Gamer has to go in.
Yeah.
Alonso stays out as well.
Jorge out. Manuel out. Arturo out, almost all out.
So interesting decision by RM Gamer, who chooses to pit even though he had that lead, and he comes out just behind Jorge Gallego.
Jorge 3 seconds.
So
he will lose the podium.
That's an unfortunate for Jorge, who picks up 3 seconds with the safety car. And let's do a recap of the tires, because we have everyone on mediums with the exception of RM Gamer with fresh softs, Little Billy, McQueen, and Mr. Gamer, who came out on that 10th place. So
for McQueen was bad, because in a different strategy in the same lap, when you pit, only gain 1 position. So maybe he could won 2, and with fresh tires, maybe 1 second faster per lap of and the drivers ahead. But let's see how the safety car goes.
Exactly.
Only will have 2 laps, maybe and a sprint.
Maybe it is a sprint with no DRS, because I see the grid is very divided. We see the last car, that's Danny Ronnie, who's very far behind. So I think the safety car is definitely going to be out for at least another lap. But you never know with this game. It always brings surprises. So
yeah,
let's wait and see.
Disgusting surprises.
Most of the times, yeah. So let's keep an eye out. And let's see who's the candidate for the driver of the day. So it is Jorge Gallego, who's gained 7 places. Mr. Game has also not a bad job with 5 places gained. And Little Billy, who is 4 places down, but remember he's on that different strategy with that soft tire, so he made his pit stop later in the race.
The only one who is at the same place, same position at the start is Turo, 6th place.
So Mr. Consistent, we can call him, staying in that same place and bringing the points there for Alpha Tauri. So let's see if he's able to, and let's hope it's not a crazy end of the race with Singapore. The overtakes can be sometimes dangerous, so let's see if we all finish.
Yeah, and Gamer has the pace, but he has to overtake 3 cars, not 3 easy ones. So he will have, or has to have, passion, because few laps to go, 3 cars to overtake, risk of an accident very high. We'll know we won't have a safety car again, but maybe too much carnage.
I think that's the best way to put it. But yeah, they will all be fighting there for that. Now that the opportunities opened up to win this race, I'm sure that top 3 are not going to give up on it easily. And RM Gamer, as you were saying, with that strange decision to pit again and to put that soft tire, but if he feels he has the pace to do it, so go for it. But yeah, 3 drivers in front of him with a lot of pace. The 2 Williams, who will also be trying to clutch up as many points as possible for the Constructors' Championship. And the safety car, which turns the lights off, and is Danny RM, who now controls the pace of the race.
Maybe we will see a team order in Williams, knowing that Jorge now is not in the podium because he has 3-second time penalty. But let's see how Alonso attacks. He did the semi undercuts to Jorge Gallego. We know he has the pace, so there's an opportunity to him, a chance to win. And let's see when Danny chooses to restart the race. Now
And he
Jorge's
does.
too close.
Ooh, and Jorge spins, yeah, and that's RM Gamer who almost goes out as well. So mistake there from the Williams.
Cold tires, and Danny lost his maybe
His protector.
yeah.
So yeah.
Leaving Daniel Remy alone with two pitbulls. But Gamer's first overtake, I think. Alonso tries to defend to the inside. He defends the inside, but Alonso has the outside, now the inside for the next turn.
And he's flying, so RM Gamer
with
flying.
The softs now are on temperature, the mediums are a bit cold. So let's see when
he
chooses to overtake. Yeah. When he tries to overtake Daniel Reme, has to be patient there. Only one car fits here. Very tricky sector. Important to have the best traction possible.
And
now,
he comes out fast there.
DRS, yes. Maybe here not. Maybe we will have DRS the final lap, I think.
We might, yeah, because it's 3 laps from the safety car goes out, so lap 13, 14 and 15, so 15 we should have DRS. And Danny RM holding on for the moment, but he's going to be...
Not for too long.
Not for too long, exactly. We can see RM Gamer is flying. I think he's being clever about it. He's having patience. He's waiting for the right moment. He doesn't want to go off into the wall, and he's very close now. Almost up the inside. He might try in turn 1. He tries gain that speed going behind him, shows him the car, trying to put him into panic, but Danny RM holds on for the moment.
No pressure for Danny. Gamer is trying all, but Danny is keeping calm. He knows when he will try to overtake is the final lap, so he's trying to save as much as he as possible. And let's see if Alonso can catch them and try to have a chance if they collide to pass them, both of them. Manuel also behind. Turu a bit far away, a bit behind, 1 second, 1.5 seconds, and Vitelvili trying to overtake him also. McQueen who's gaining 2 positions, and then Mr. can't put in work. There's that soft. So
yeah,
no accidents, no crashing, no nothing, or respect. So with the heart rate above 150 thing, it's nice to see hard but clean fighting. Oh, little Billy, 3 seconds maybe out of the points with this one.
Yeah, that's gonna be
or 9th.
That's gonna cost him maybe the points there, and he was getting close to Turu there in 5th position for that battle. And for the moment, Danny RM holding on. And
last lap, DRS. Gamer has it. Only has yellow flag. Farata out. Almost out, but that last. And Manuel is close. Maybe Alonso will not have the DRS of Gamer. He can't defend.
And yellow flag.
Another spin, Mr. and Danny. See, Mr. out. Mr. out. What a shame. Last lap. DRS open. Danny is still holding on. Don't know why.
Little Billy and Toro as well. So a lot of fighting going here. And also that Alpine. So Lancelot with... there's a touch there as well. So a lot of fighting. Let's see the first position, because Gamer is also getting close to Danny RM there. But the Williams driver doing everything he can to hold on.
He tries to overtake in the hairpin. So
dangerous.
Close to contact, so close. DRS, last chance to overtake. Let's see if he dives. No, he's not close enough to overtake Danny, who is defending like a lion.
He is defending like a lion.
Not like a cat, like Ocon. Poor lion.
He's defending like a lion, in the words of Alonso, as we would say. So There he goes. He is on the last few corners, and oh, Gamer
Oh,
spins.
spin! Danny spins!
Ooh, and
Gamer
watch out that.
spins! And Danny is the winner. Danny Ursa is out. First DNF in the last lap. Danny Ursa win. Danny Ursa is out. Daniel wins. Alonso second. Mono third. And McQueen. McQueen fourth.
Fourth.
Fifth. Rover.
Amazing. Oh, and wait, there's Cerberus out as well. No, it's Turu who is. Oh, wow, what an end to the race. What a finish to this race. We had it all in the last lap. RM Gamer, who went for that risky strategy, finishing 7th place, and the win goes to Daniel RM, Alonso second, third Manuel, who completed the podium, and McQueen, who slipped up to that 4th place when no one was watching him. He was down in 8th, and he finishes 4th. So
he was 9th, and the safety car wasn't in his favor. So what a final lap. Maybe in the final lap happened all that in the previous 14 didn't happen. So what a way to finish this first race, because now we have the second race. So
what an amazing finish, exactly. So there we go, Danny RM, who goes onto the podium to celebrate, and he gets the win this time. He's followed by Alonso, who finishes second, Emmanuel third, fourth is McQueen, fifth goes to Rob, sixth is Little Billy, RM Gamer, seventh, Tor, eighth, ninth, Capitan Cerberus, and completing the top 10 and starting in first position for the second race is Turu.
yep.
So
With that spin, with that mistake, and then still he grabs pole position for the next race. So not too bad.
Not
1
too bad
point,
at all.
but pole position.
Not too bad. That was amazing. And what's interesting about this format, everything can happen in the second race, and even slipping into that top 10 for the first race is a great advantage for the second one. So that brings us to the end of the first one, but do not leave, because we still have the second one, and it's gonna be an interesting one. So for sure.
Gamer, we know the pace, and he will start from 4th position, second row. So let's see how he managed the first laps.
And now we are, let's see, I will be making the reverse grid. Not the funnest part of the stream, but how do you feel, as we say in English, J Alberto, celebrating these 1,000 followers with this English stream of GP2?
Well, streaming a race in English was an idea I liked a lot, and I was one of the first ones to say when we arrived to this number of subs or followers, or someone who saved, I think it was big numbers to spend the coins, the cafe coins, to put the race in English.
Yeah.
I was waiting the day, hoping when will the day come, and here we are. I arrived a bit later, but it doesn't matter. I'm here,
Exactly.
enjoying it. So with that race finish, I mean, 2.5 years of hard work, because we started in October 2020, and now in April 2023, 100 followers. So it's
1,000 followers,
nice to see
exactly.
our work like we put a word that like it deserves. So I would say a bad word, but it's the pleasure.
I completely agree. To 8 seasons now of hard work we put in, and especially the guys who started it. J. Andres, Brasi, Joserra, all of them were able to join in later, and to celebrate finally reaching 1,000 followers is amazing. And I'm sure the next seasons we're almost finishing this one, but the next seasons are gonna be even more interesting. And I'm sure we'll have one or two more English streams lined
I
up for
I
those
wish
season.
I wish that. I hope that.
Yeah. So
And let's
let's
see
see.
if the next game is better than this. Cause when F1 21 finished, I was thinking maybe they won't make a game worse like that. And then arrived F1 22. It started very well, but then worse than 21. So
Yeah, it's
they
interesting. It's gone from I remember when it came out, people were, let's say, happy with it. They had its faults and everything, but it's gone down. It's gone downhill, as we say, right?
yeah, it was too soon. I mean, 1st of July.
Yeah,
The Champions Edition was in the end of June, so very. I mean, the F1 21 was in mid-July, I think, mid-July,
yeah,
2 weeks earlier, and in the beta phase, the game, I mean, was too good, but
yeah,
then last hour changes broke the game again, and then with the physics we have in the beginning, 2 or 3 weeks later, change again with so many bugs. It's like stop, stop it.
yeah. No, it's starting almost from all over again. So yeah, I'm also gonna look at the chat as we are now ready because we have here a lot of English speakers. We have El Roper, congrats to Danny. Capitan Cerberus celebrating. Coloto supporting our English stream. And he's anywhere from Birmingham. So, Alberto, you have to do a Birmingham accent.
Well, I'm from Canary Island. Don't put me in a trouble.
Don't put you, I put
I,
you on the spot there.
I'm trying to speak as less Canary because will be very Spanglish, and I'm trying to avoid that. Maybe one day I will do. I will travel to England and learn better English, but at the moment,
Ah,
the English I have is enough. I think.
yeah, more than enough, I can confirm. But yeah, I don't know about the Birmingham accent. I think for the moment we'll keep it just with the English. I think that's enough for us for the moment. And who knows, maybe in the future we try for that Birmingham accent. So it's definitely gonna be something not fun. And let's see. So 10 seconds to go for this second race. And what are your expectations for this one? Who you think is gonna, as we say in our Spanish transmission, and where we never get it right, what's the porra for this race?
The bet.
The
The
bed.
bet. I mean, I bet the rain will appear.
Ooh, interesting. That's an interesting one,
Nah, nah. This game the rain doesn't exist. So
especially in
well,
Singapore, right? Which is it's
few
very
races
prone.
in few races in the real life there have been rain. Maybe well, the most remembered was 2008, 7,
Amazing.
2008, 7,
Yeah,
when Verstappen, Hamilton, and Vettel collide, and with the damaged car of Verstappen, Alonso flew away.
yeah. That was the last win in our well, not the last win, sorry, but one of the best memories we have, let's say, especially us, but or especially me at least, in that in that car, which did not bring many more joys. Um,
2000, maybe the worst car apart from 2015 was 2017, because the chassis was very good, but the engine was worse than the year before. So,
yeah, yeah,
mm, but now we have car to fight for podiums and win.
Now,
So
now we can dream. So yeah. So we're very
from
high on that
Rofra
dream.
for Tauri, that's out, and away we go. Turu in the pole, right through for Tuner, but start for him. Let's
And
see the
three
first
wide.
time. Gamer now first.
So
He started fourth and now is first.
What a
Maybe in a
start.
Ferrari in Singapore, he's Fernando Alonso or what?
Someone's playing that to me. What a start by him. Magic by Gamer. And he's back into first place and behind. Oh, watch out, there's a Red
Red
Bull.
Bull out. Danny Ronnie spins and he's in the wall. Thor with Cerberus. Thor on the outside. They touch. What a pass by Thor in the inside without tire advantage. Cerberus is on hard compound and Thor in the soft compound, so easy overtake for him, but very brave. Behind, Daniel Remme lost a couple of positions. He's in 12th position now.
And watch out because little Billy is very, very close to the Alpine. There's a
yellow
pile-up.
flag, they touch an Alpine. An Alpine, and we think was robbed with Cerberus, I think. Both of them, I think they have no damage. Maybe
And also there, watch out. Yep. A lot of
tricky first laps. Farata fighting with Alonso. Alonso ahead. Danielsa with Rob. Maybe Rob has a bit of damage. I think he hasn't.
And that's a front wing flying. I think it's the Williams who's lost the front wing, Danny RM. He's going to go into the pit lane now. Yep. He's going to box. So it's McQueen who goes past, but a lot of contact we had there on the first lap, especially between that 7th and 10th place. And it's Danny Urza with Alonso now, in the middle of the pack.
Urza 3 seconds in the second lap.
So no good news from him there. And the top drivers are slipping away now, almost a second between each of them.
Yeah, 4 pit stops from win. I think Lutuner, Daniel Remme, Lancelot was the Alpine with damage, and Danny Ronnie. So Gamer in the league of his own, 2.5 seconds in 2 laps. So he's flying, absolutely flying. Tour and Thor. Bit of distance between them. Maybe the 9-10 places are the close ones because the other ones are 1.2 behind. No DRS at the moment, no safety cars, but a bit of chaos in the first lap. So let's see if a safety car can reunite the Daniel Remme, Lancelot and Ronnie, because at the moment their races are out, are finished.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye out. We see also Mr. Gamers under pressure now with a hard tire by Danny Urza. And McQueen holding on with a hard tire, but Alonso, who had the pace in the race before, and who I'm sure has the pace in this race, coming through.
Yellow flag behind
Danny Ronnie
again.
So he's stuck on that tunnel section. No, it's not the tunnel, sorry, it's the end of
the bridge.
The bridge. And he manages to escape clear, so
Alonso has the arrest, will overtake McQueen. So
and
easy,
also,
McQueen we know is a fair driver. So you can fight with him all as you can.
Exactly, and little Billy getting close to Thor now as well, only 0.2 of a second behind. We'll keep an eye on this because little Billy has the medium tire and he's gonna have DRS now. He almost traces that, you can see the different tracing of that corner there, and he goes on the outside.
Tries to take around the outside.
Ooh, this amazing.
Give space. That's the battles we want to see frequently.
What a lovely overtake, what a lovely third battle, and Tohu comes back and Danny Ronnie out.
In the pits.
Okay,
he retires the car.
No safety car for the moment. And Thor, also a very clean driver who had a very clean battle there with Little Billy. And for the moment, it's also Emanuela and Thor, who's now under pressure by him.
Yeah, that soft compound may be a bit heated. The soft compound maybe in the races is the worst choice because the tire temperature too high. If you just run the tire pressure in 3 laps, your tires are dead. So let's see, Manuel goes to the inside, Thor defends outside, and Jorge behind, watching them and trying to find a mistake, a touch or something, but at the moment he stays behind them.
He stays there, he's waiting for that spot to open up, any mistake to take advantage of it, waiting silently, and let's see, because Emmanuel now is going to have DRS and he's for sure going to put Thor under pressure where Thor was overtaking before. He goes up the inside.
In the side, yes. He goes in.
Runs a bit wide.
Defending. Thor defending.
Amazing by Thor.
Tries again. Manuel has to avoid contact, and Thor, what a defense. So, another driver defending like a lion.
So 2 lions on the track at least, and Thor who holds on to that 4th spot. And
Yellow
watch out because it's Mr. Gamers.
Mr. with that hard compound.
And watch out the rejoin, he's okay, but I think he has damage on that back wing at least, and on the front wing. And
Farata overtakes, lets him pass. Maybe the Buchhoff overtaking under the yellow flag. Gallego in the box. Gallego's trying to do the undercut.
Same strategy very as clever. He was doing before.
Yeah, but he's Ronnie's out.
Ronnie already had DNF, and let's keep an eye out because the battle's still on between Emmanuel, between Thor. Alonso is also joining that group now at the back. Danny RM with Rob as well. They pitted, so no fight on track there. And it's the fight for that 4th spot that we have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, now the soft compound is maybe near 30. Oh, Alonso is near touching the wall. He has to save the car. almost crashing. Good
heart rate
effort for him.
Heart rate rising through the roof there. And
what I was saying, the softs now near 40%, so maybe or 30 high, but now with the medium will be the best tire, I think.
For sure, I think when we start getting about these laps, that soft is just about to run low. The degradation is high now on that tire.
Thor in the box.
And so Thor pits. The soft tire on, he's gonna put on that medium. McQueen still out, so remember him on that hard tire strategy on this race as well. So it will be interesting to see if luck plays out to him this time and he's just almost losing it at the back. And I think the rest of the field is pretty much more balanced. Not many fighting going on. Maybe for that first spot.
Doing the undercut. Jorge did the undercut to Thor.
He did. He comes out in front, just in front of them as well. We're very close. So,
but Jorge has the tire temperature and Thor has cold tires, so well played to Jorge, and I think he will overtake Manuel as well, so double undercut
could be the perfect strategy chosen by Jorge there. We'll keep an eye on him.
Then here's another 3-second penalty.
So 6 seconds, I will bring him out of the points. And keeping an eye out on Mr. Gamers, who's running very, very close to Capitan Cerberus. And let's see if he manages to overtake in this second DRS zone. So he's going to be very close on that hard tire. That soft tire by Capitan Cerberus running very much degraded
He
now.
tries in the side, there's no room for
late
them.
push, late dive
There's
by
no
Mr.
room,
Gamers.
yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, Cerberus has a lot of energy to defend. Oh, Little Billy with Turu. Turu's in the pits. Let's see, Little Billy can push with that medium compound and try to be as close as he can to have the advantage later with the soft compound at the end of the race. 5 second time penalty to Dani Ursa. There's 11-second time penalty. In another news, the sky is blue.
And let's see, because many now starting to pit, change that compound, and no man's land for many of the drivers here. But Mr. Game is putting pressure on Capitan Cerberus, also Farata on Toru, so the two Alpha Tauris under pressure now. Danny RM as well on Alonso. This could be a very good fight, both drivers with a lot of pace. And let's see, because Danny RM pushes up the inside on the straight, and he's gonna get paused with the DRS.
Yeah, Alonso is just about speed, so cold tires for him. No need to fight now. Maybe later could be, but now try to put the tires in the perfect room, the perfect inverter. So now has to keep calm, be patient, try to follow him, and when he has that medium compound working perfectly, try to attack. We know he has the base, so let's see in the next laps what can he do.
Let's keep an eye out, and also keeping an eye out on the chat for all of those that are watching us. We have Alonso giving us his support. Joaquin Tin saying he feels much more English now, so happy to make you feel this way. And Joserra on, oh my god, what a pronunciation of Nations. Yep. So I'm very happy to hear that, and thank you for the support to those
Yellow
of us.
Flag, Daniels is out.
Oh, and he's out on a difficult
Safety.
spot. Yeah.
Virtual. Oh no, safety.
Oh,
Safety.
he crashed right into the wall there. He lost it. Interesting.
Let's see here with Ordan and Manuel what happened. All okay.
So it's go time now for those that haven't stopped yet. It's gonna be very good strategy for McQueen, who is almost 15 seconds clear of his of Capitan Cerberus, so he could be a real winner here. Also Little Billy, who still is yet to pit, so those that started on the hard and medium compound are being the clear winners at the moment of this safety car, as expected.
Yeah, maybe Gamer, Little Billy, we will be first and second. First free pit stop. McQueen, Cerberus. I mean, if I'm not wrong, Gamer started with soft the first race, and now started with medium in the second race.
So let's see how many stops he's made. And he's only made one, so I would say so. Also was thinking there's someone else with hard tires. I don't know for the stewards to review, but I think McQueen was the only one that started with hard tires on the first race.
Yeah. In the top 10, I mean.
Yeah, if they're outside, finish, no problem.
Maybe Gamer has the wrong call. I mean, he started with a compound different compound. So, well, that's stewards' work. So
yeah. We have enough with commentating in English, so let's give that give that to the stewards.
Yeah, Gamers 5 second time penalty. Speeding in the pit lane. McQueen goes 7th.
So he comes out there in a bit of traffic. He comes out sixth actually because Manuel was probably behind him as he passed the white lane of the
Line,
pit
yeah.
lane and exit. White line exactly, and
fair driving there.
very much so. McQueen who holds on to that sixth spot with the soft tires, so could be a good second race for him as well. And he's got medium tire runners in front of him, up to Little Billy and Gamer, who, well, the Ferraris are running the show today.
Yeah, in the Constructors Championship, so many points for them. I mean, the first race wasn't too. I mean, Gamer was too close to at least achieve a second place, but he's won. And now they have. Let's see which driver has the fastest lap. Is Gamer, so now they are in the maximum points, 44 points for Ferrari, so
it's definitely a hammer on the table for them in the Constructor Championship, and also for Little Billy on the
Drivers
Championship, yeah, with 2 races where he's been claiming up those points. So definitely an important race for them, and one that could bring a lot of points towards both of those championships, the constructor and the driver. So good job by them. And the rest of the drivers, well, let's see who are the real winners. So if we check change of positions, Jorge Gallego 9 positions gained, so good race for him. Strategy of the undercut, which you were mentioning before, has worked out very, very well, and let's see if he's able to maintain that position towards the end of the race.
Yeah, bad news is with the medium tire, the driver who has more tire drag degradation, but if he don't make a mistake, he can fight for the podium. Let's see how McQueen managed to handle the traffic with a soft compound. 2 first laps of that compound very well, but then from the 3rd lap overheating and drag was worse. This track, it's so aggressive with the tires, so 5 laps with many motions, and all can happen.
Yeah, it's that soft tire for the last 5 laps is almost like a double-edged sword, right? Is you know you have that pace that the first 3 laps. Yeah, the first 3 laps you have the pace, but you also know it's Singapore and it's hard to overtake, so emotions run high. Have to be patient, have to find the right spot, and let's see if you can get more places up on the grid, as we see the safety car is about to go in. So
yeah,
it's Aaron Gamer.
The Alpines are not in the mix, they are far away, so their races maybe are finished.
Let's see. We also want everyone on the chat to put your last bets on this race. Everyone speaking and commenting in English on the chat. Today is a full English version of Adictos GP2, so let's see.
Glad to see the chat trying to write in English as we are trying to speak, and we are speaking in English. So Gamer start the race, Little Billy behind, and Turu, Jorge, Thor. Let's see if he's a driver. No accidents, no yellow flags, so restart not chaotic, so very good news. McQueen chasing Thor for the 5th place, maybe too soon. They touch maybe too soon to try to overtake, and many damaged cars.
So bad luck for McQueen there. We were just speaking about it before, and yeah.
Too soon, very soon. Has to be patient. Another touch with Fatal on tunnel. There are 4 laps, and we would have the rest. So trying to overtake at the turn 4, bit risky. Oh, there's a spun. There's.
Oh yeah, in the bridge section, and
Okay.
another safety car. So another safety car comes out.
Another opportunity.
Ooh, let's see, because that safety car can change things, and we saw that those first 2 laps, that first lap actually, it's been a bit of a carnage with a lot of touches, a lot of contact, and another safety car comes out for the last few laps, I would say.
Yeah, and what I was saying before, that the Alpines had their races over. Now Rob is in 9th place when he was in 14th, so new race for him. I need the soft compound, so good opportunity to have points to progress. And hey, he tried to fool someone behind, and Mister goes to the box bit to serve the 5-second penalty, and is going worse to McQueen right through.
That is a very, very unlucky drive through for exceeding the delta there and the safety car.
Yeah, he retires.
Yeah. Expected.
What a shame.
What a shame. Unlucky. He chose the right strategy, in my opinion. It worked out well for him with that safety car, but
the wrong opportunity, the wrong change to overtake.
Yeah, and no space was given there, and I guess more works for the stewards or a race incident. But let's see. Now we're probably gonna have, I think probably we'll have up to lap 13 under the safety car. Let's see if they catch up, but maybe one more lap.
Let's see if the drivers who have pitted can rejoin the group, because before the safety car didn't wait for the Alpine, so let's see if he waits for someone now. At the moment we will have another lap behind the safety car, I think. So we will only have 2 laps. Lap 14 and lap 15th.
So another lap. Let's see. No lights off for the moment, so we will have until lap 13. And a bit of a crazy second race with already 3 DNFs, 3 cars out. Unfortunate, some of them. And well, let's see. I think RM Gamer has been showing the pace the whole night, so shouldn't be too much pressure for him to win the race. But everything to play for following that. I know Little Billy on that softer compound, so let's see if he's able to slip away from the rest of the pack.
It would be I think could be an easy win for Gamer. Little Billy has to think about the championship, minimize errors, mistakes, defend Turu. Defending Turu has a tire advantage. Manuel could fight him, and behind them, excepting Lil Tuner, they are all on the softs. So we will see fights, in the middle, in the pack. So Little Billy and Gamer have to run. I mean, max speed, no looking into the mirrors, just push. Only push. Don't look back. So maybe it could be an easy one too, but it's Singapore and all can happen. So
everything can happen, and we will have, I'm sure, 2 laps of amazing driving. Let's hope that clean driving. Let's hope that we can see some clean battles as we saw before. And let's see who slips away and who can gain points for that podium. It's gonna be interesting to see as we come up to this sector 3 and the lights of the safety car go out, which means it's RM Gamer who dictates the pace of the pack at the moment and who's gonna choose when to restart. It's still a very long sector, so a very long way to go for the safety car into the pit lane. But for the moment, RM Gamer who puts those tires into temperature, and let's see behind him, because a lot of fights that can happen, different strategies, different tires, and I'm sure it's going to be a great last 2 laps.
Yeah, as you said before, we hope clean battles, but with 2 laps to go, we will see carnage. I mean, I hope not to see too much, but too much risks they will take the driver. So Gamer restart the race,
and it's Daniel Rem.
3 seconds. Daniel Rem overtaking Emmanuel behind with Rob, and Mr. Her Gamer just pull a gap enough to secure the win. Little Billy tried to do the same to secure the 2nd place, and then Daniel Reme fighting with Manuel, Captain Cerberus, Farata, Tuner, Gamers, Rob, all in the middle fighting.
And Rob as well, watch out, a lot of fights exactly going on. Manuel with teammates now. It's the 2 McLarens going side by side, and it's Farata who comes out in front. I don't know if there was any team orders there, it didn't seem like it. But it's Farata. Exactly. And as we expected, carnage is whoever can find the little spot there is definitely going to go for it. And let's see, Mr. Gamer up the inside on the hairpin there. That's a very hard corner to overtake, but he finds the pace. He's going to get good traction out that corner, and side by side with Il Tuner, who has a bit more of straight line speed, and it's a yellow flag. Watch out. Ooh, he finds him in front.
Oh, Mr. What a bad luck. He couldn't do anything to avoid it.
Yeah, he was actually
5-second part-time penalty for what? For the master.
He actually was trying to go around the outside there on Il Tuner, and he just found himself a Williams staring right at his face and no way to avoid it. And lucky for him as he drops down to the 13th place. So let's keep an eye out, because it's now Farata with Emmanuel. These 2, the McLarens, been going out at it the whole race, and it's trouble for someone there. So yeah,
Thor lost a couple of positions,
and he goes back on that Haas. Very aggressive there. He finds the inside, and another yellow flag is Mr. Gamer and Daniel Rem. Yeah, so
Mr. out of the race.
And Gallego with Lancelot there is the Williams who goes up the inside. Lancelot who tries to do the switchback, but he can't find enough room. As we see Danny RM out of the race as well. He retires in the pit lane. So the night is over for him. And RM Gamer, 4 seconds he's pulled in 2 laps.
GP1, here it goes.
GP1 is calling him, we can confirm. So let's keep an eye out. The last lap now is RM Gamer who's clear. It's also Turu.
Missed the accident. There's an accident.
Front wing
with
flying.
With Alpine, Rob is out. Something happened there. The stewards have a work to do, because now Gamer is seeing the checkered flag. Win for him, the win he couldn't get in the first race. He gets it now, second from Little Billy. 1-2 for Ferrari,
3
third
4
Toro, 3-4
Alpha
for Alpha
Tauri.
Tauri, 5-6 for McLaren.
So amazing. We got some good points for the constructor championship there for those three teams. And also for Mercedes, who managed to slim two drivers into that top 10. But as you were saying, it's Aram Gamer who finishes on that first position. Farata, who is the driver of the day, and the 1-2 of Ferrari, who've been showing pace the whole night, and who managed to show that in this second race, as we see Aaron Gamer calmly walking up to the podium, looking a bit like Carlos Sainz, and doing certain dances, which not sure we
Carlos
agree.
Sainz, but going to the beach to sunbathe and something like
Yeah, a
that. So,
little bit after a summer vacation.
yeah.
So there you go, celebrating with the champagne, and what an amazing end to both races we had. What an amazing race.
Yeah, two amazing races, and in English. So, what a way to finish the day. Good plan for Tuesday. So let's see when is when we will have the next English races. Yeah, maybe 2 years later in 2025, or sooner than that.
Well, let's hope sooner as we reach more followers and we have to do it again. But to be honest, it's been a complete pleasure. It's been a very different and very fun to to commentate a race in English. And it's been a real pleasure sharing it with you, Alberto. I know you always been one that wanted, as you mentioned before, to do this, and one of the guys that pushed this. So I'm glad you were able to join. And also thank you to everyone on the chat who supported, spoke English, commented in English. I'm sure you had fun, and it's been a real pleasure. There's nothing else I can say.
Yeah, me too. Pleasure to share the commentary box with you. We both have enough level of English, but you have a very, very good one. So congratulations,
And thank
and
you.
thanks to the chat to join us and make this a special stream. So this stream wouldn't be possible without them. So many thanks, and also I want to dedicate this stream to Josera because he had difficult times. So I I want to dedicate this stream to him because he's one of the key people behind this. So I hope the times get better and have you back with full energy, full strength, and want to see you back.
I couldn't agree more. And I'm sure he will not be able to escape commenting in English for the next one. So, well, honestly, on a serious note now, we wish him all the best, and we hope he's back soon, and we send him all the strength. And as you say, dedicate this stream to one of the key founding members, and one of the people that's worked the hardest to get to this number of followers that we have, and to the amazing job we're doing nowadays. So I can't say anything else than just thank you, and it's been a pleasure.
Me too. Next round, Belgium.
And tomorrow, GP3. So
Yeah.
let's not miss that.
Stay, yeah. Stay tuned tomorrow. Until next time. Good
And
night.
until next time.